Hi, I'm Vicky. I'm glad you're here. I have been playing with die cuts in my studio, and you can see I've been creating some cards using gold foil paper and red glimmer paper. I've chosen a greeting, Happy Christmas, from this stamp set, and I have this die cut set that I purchased on Amazon. Now, I haven't broken the pieces apart, and I'm also using these three large die cut shapes from Stampinup. I've had these for quite some time. So these are the three shapes I'll be using. And there is another small piece here that gives you the topper for your baubles, and I've cut that out of gold foil paper, the same as the small die cuts. I keep these in a pocket. Delicate Ornaments Thinlits Dies is the name of this one. And I'm going to put my other die cut piece, which will go through my Big Shot machine in one pass rather than breaking all of those little tiny baubles into pieces. I'm keeping it in one piece for storage. Now I'm using VersaFine Onyx Black ink, and you'll see how sticky this ink can be. See how it sticks to the paper, which means the ink is still wet. So I'm getting the stamping done early, and I'm putting these three card bases off to the side so they'll dry and I won't get wet ink on any of the other parts of the project or on the inside of the card. I brought in all my adhesives, and I'm going to give you a couple of different methods for adhering over the top of glimmer paper. Now I have a nice piece of designer paper I'm using there. This is from the Abstract Beauty set. It's gold foil with white stripes. And you can see there is a backing paper on the gold ornaments, the smaller ones. This is double-sided adhesive sheets, and I used this so that they wouldn't cut all the way through. I wanted to make the paper thicker so that I would just get an embossed effect rather than cutting all the way through. I'm using Tombow Mono multi-adhesive here over the glimmer paper and putting it under a weight to set. This is one method that you can use. While I'm letting that dry, I'm bringing in the string that I'm using. This is from ValueCraft. I purchased this gold twine from my dollar store. Wasn't very expensive at all. I've got a whole roll of it ready, and I also found some in silver. I'm pushing that halfway down and taking the backing piece off. Now these will not adhere permanently there. I'm just going to position it where I think it might look good. I can reposition this, and I'm going to add more Tombow glue underneath to finish it off on the final card. So you just push that through the hole, peel that backing down to halfway. So this is repositionable on gold foil like this. So I'm just cutting off the thread, and I'm using fine tip glue on the back of the glimmer paper. And I'm still in the stages of deciding where all the pieces are going. So it can be tricky to adhere over glimmer paper, and I found that it was very easy for these little gold pieces to peel off. So I've decided the best way to do it is to put some foam adhesive underneath it. So dimensionals that are cut down very fine, and also placing weights over the top helps as well, because it helps with the adhering of the glue. This one I'm just using more Tombow multi glue. And then set it under a weight, and you can get on with the other cards while this is drying. So I have my pieces cut for this one. This is the ValueCraft gold thread. And I'm using the topper piece and I'm tying it in a double knot, pulling the knot to the back, and then I'm cutting off the excess. This paper has silver foiling on it as well. This is a Christmas paper from my stash. It's plain on the back and it has this lovely silver foiling on the front. And you can see me cutting down these dimensional foam pieces to put on the back of the gold. And this was actually a far easier and less messy method than trying to glue it on. Now for the threads on the back, it's very simple. You just get some sticky tape. You're not going to see any of this because it will be layered onto the front of the card. And I'm using that same technique of pulling the backing of the adhesive paper off my little ornaments and then adding some glue so they'll stay adhered. Now I'm using high-tack double-sided tape, and I'm running quite a few strips of that across the back because we have a fairly heavy front panel with all the elements that have been added to it. And I'm turning it over to cut off the excess, just making sure you don't leave any little bits behind. And I'm giving it a good press so that it will actually adhere to the back of this piece over the bumpy string there. And this is high-tack tape. It's much stronger than regular double-sided tape, and I think it's important to have a good quality adhesive for this. And that just goes onto the white card base with the greeting stamped inside. And I'm going to just press the weight down on it just to make sure that it's nice and flat. So there's the first one finished, and this is how the others look. The other paper that I've used in the background for this one is just plain black and white paper without any foiling. The other two have the foil. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.